Morgan Rielly is a minus 19 right now. That's the second worst plus minus for any player who has spent the entire year on a playoff team. The longest serving Leaf is a big part of this team right now, Craig, and he's under contract for the next 5 more seasons. What can the Leafs do to get more out of him?
The first thing that I would do if I was Craig Berube and the coaching staff is I would put Chris Tanev right alongside Morgan Rielly. Chris Tanev is somebody that allows you to play your game, can support you in your game, and I think that's what Morgan Rielly needs right now. I know there's talk about Brandon Carlo. Brandon Carlo's trying to learn new teammates, new way of playing, how to be the best he can be. So I don't think he's the right guy. And when you're trying to get a player to play to his capabilities, in this case, Morgan Rielly, Chris Tanev has done it his entire career. He did it in Vancouver, he did it in Calgary, he did it last year in Dallas, and he can do it again here in Toronto. Listen, Morgan Rielly's a better player than he's performed this year. There's a change in the way they want to play with respect to puck possession as opposed to being able to grind it out a little bit more, give up the puck a little bit more often. So that's an adjustment for Morgan Rielly. But to try to give him a little bit of stability, I think that Chris Tanev can be that guy. And Gino, I know one guy that would agree with me. His name is Mark Giordano, who won a Norris Trophy and understands how the support of a player like Chris Tanev can really elevate your game. That's what you're trying to do right now with Morgan Rielly.
Yeah, he's a good source for that info. Listen, there's some heavy hitters in the Eastern Conference right now with big-time blue lines. The Panthers, the Lightning, the Hurricanes, the Caps. How do Rielly and the Leafs decor stack up against the other contenders right now?
Yeah, I look at the 5 guys, and it's not any type of criticism to Simon Benoit or anybody that's going to play in that bottom part of your defense core. But the 5 players they got with the addition of Brandon Carlo, they're big, they're long, they're competitive, they're good players. I think it's a really good group of 5 that can move around in different positions and give you really good productive play. I think they got to tighten up a little bit defensively. One of the things they've had a challenge with, and I'm not talking about those guys specifically, but as a group and as a team, is when the playoffs begin and teams are forechecking you hard and they're cycling hard, you got to be able to deal with that. And I think now down the stretch, one of the big areas for the Toronto Maple Leafs and that defense group to focus in on is how to be better in that area so that you don't become vulnerable to getting worn down, because the playoffs can wear you down. Opponents that are heavy and hard can wear you down. That would be the one area. But I don't look at the blue line and go, oh boy, they're light or they're missing in this area. No blue line is perfect, Gino. But I think that the Toronto Maple Leafs blue line is more than capable of matching up against anybody's blue line in the Eastern Conference.
Listen, I'll tell you what, the Leafs rank 16th in goals against per game. They're 15th of the 16 current playoff teams. The lone playoff team with the worst goals against right now is Montreal.